Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Gamehub. I'm your host, Gamer K.
I'm Ed.
And this is our second installment of Two Idiots and a Couch. Very fitting, actually. By the way, we're still good about the you being trapped in the pit for months, right? We're still good, right?
Next time it happens, you're going to be facing one of my enemies. And trust me, you won't like them.
Yikes. Well, for this one, it is the first video of the month of September. So, we're getting back into it after my summer hiatus. We are going back to something that happened earlier in the year because we didn't watch it at the time because we wanted to get our first reactions to it together because it's a fight that we've been waiting for. Death Battles, KRATOS from God of War
versus ASURA from ASURA's Wrath.
He's Ed and I'm Gamer K, and we are going to watch them compare their battle, combat, skills, and techniques in order to find out who would win
a death battle.
Let's do it.
KRATOS versus ASURA.
The Ghost of Sparta versus the Wrathful Destructor. Because sometimes you just want to punch a god in the face. He's with my boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons.
Here's to Rooster Teeth's comeback.
A death battle.
And the failure of WB.
Yep.
In the beginning, the Primordials waged war across existence. A series of cosmic clashes that birthed the universe.
Boom! Now that's what I call a Big Bang.
From Ceto's death, the oceans would flow. From Uranus's strikes, the stars were spawned, and so forth. Thus, the world itself was born from violence.
Starting a whole messy cycle. Uranus was overthrown by his Titan son, Kronos, who was overthrown by his Olympian son, Zeus, who battled his own son, KRATOS.
As a classic bastard child of Zeus, KRATOS was left among Spartan mortals, far exceeding all among them.
Sliding
he became
boy.
a fierce warrior, winning
Sliding
many battles
puzzles.
until finally cornered by ruthless barbarians.
Ares, destroy these guys who are kicking my ass, and my life is yours. A deal was made, and KRATOS was joined at the bone with the Blades of Chaos, a set of chain swords, and basically a badass whirlwind of flame and steel.
But Ares had a scheme. While doing work for his god, KRATOS accidentally murdered his own family, permanently marked by the ashes of his wife and daughter. He was, forevermore, the Ghost of Sparta.
So, he was kinda understandably really pissed off. Time for a new God of War. The gods were crapping their togas in fear as the new God of War took out his rage on all of them. And got some new gear out of it, too.
With Poseidon's trident and Icarus's wings, KRATOS dominated both sea and sky. He also has a tendency to carry powerful severed heads, like Medusa's.
And the claws of Hades could steal souls, even the soul of Hades himself. Should have thought that one through, man.
Neither Perseus or Hercules were a match for KRATOS, nor was Helios, the sun god capable of moving stars and spreading light across the entire underworld.
He fought Atlas, the Titan of Strength, who broke the load-bearing pillar of the universe. So KRATOS forced him to hold up the cosmos on his own instead.
And he could do it with just one hand, according to the novelization.
Even his grandpappy Kronos failed to stop him. You know, the guy who overthrew the primordial that punched the universe into existence?
Causing shockwaves that moved over a quadrillion times faster than light. A frankly incomprehensible feat.
Then there's Daddy Zeus,
who proved a serious challenge, until KRATOS drew perhaps his ultimate weapon,
The Blade of Olympus.
It can make tornadoes, lightning, force fields. Oh, and it can stab the hell out of you. It siphons godly energy and can pull enough to even kill Zeus. Like father, like son.
Even while KRATOS ultimately released hope across the Greek world, he could only do so after annihilating everything.
Yep.
Like a badass, he was unstoppable. Non-stop killing and sex and even more killing. And yet, he couldn't be any more depressed.
His wife and daughter were still gone. What was he to do?
He didn't know. He wandered aimlessly for years, somehow stumbling into Norse mythology where he met Faye, his second wife. Good start, buddy.
KRATOS had a new lease on life, but he could not escape his past mistakes.
There's a reason he hid his swords in a dingy basement. Even so, Faye insisted he could do better. So he became a dad to a new boy.
Easily the toughest task he ever undertook.
Yeah.
Especially after Faye unfortunately died of a mysterious illness.
Damn it, not again. But hey,
Pausing it just for a second, how fucked up would it be if in God of War Ragnarok we found, you remember Guardians of the Galaxy 2, right?
Yeah.
Remember when Ego put that tumor in Star-Lord's mother's brain?
Yeah.
Imagine what would have happened if Loki did that to Faye. No, not Loki, Odin. And all to get them to go on their journey fighting Baldur and his brother and his two brothers, Magna and Odie, or I can't remember what their names are, and then bringing Loki to them. Can you imagine if that was a whole scheme? How fucked would that be?
Oh, that would have been really fucked.
And imagine if that's when Kratos brought out his rage again, because a god once again took his family away from him.
Yeah. Thankfully that didn't happen because the fans would have been pissed.
Oh, come on. That would have been a great twist, though.
It would have been a great twist, but it also would have pissed off a lot of people.
And imagine the boss fight they would get to do afterwards with raging Kratos again.
Oh, technically you can still do Raging Kratos,
But you know what I mean.
get what you mean, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
wasn't Kratos' fault this time, and Faye left the tools he'd need to keep the boy safe, including the Leviathan Axe.
Far from the whirling rage of the Blades of Chaos, the Leviathan Axe was deliberate and mighty. Said to rival Mjolnir itself.
Thor wishes Mjolnir was as cool as this axe. It's imbued with ice magic and a poison even the gods fear. It can be summoned to Kratos' hand from a distance, and it even shatters souls.
Kratos may have once been a sword of vengeance, but with his new weapons and a new purpose, he stood as a shield against the godly Aesir.
Too bad he just can't help but get in trouble with gods. But now he knew how to control his anger.
Which is even more important than it sounds. Kratos' Spartan rage summons an inner strength with magical properties.
Yeah.
He can even get so pissed off that he straight up heals himself. That seems like the opposite of what should happen.
Not all anger is problematic, and Kratos wields plenty of new weapons and relics to channel his rage through.
Like the Draupnir ring, which can summon a bunch of wind spears. They can absorb all types of energy and blast it back. He even has relics and magic that can warp space and slow down time.
Naturally, he contested with the strongest of the Norse gods, including the god of thunder, Thor, who was powerful enough to fight the fire giant Surtur and the world serpent Jormungandr at the same time.
Oh, and that fire giant would be the cause of actual Ragnarok. You can't defeat me, Thor. I know, but he can.
Well, not exactly. Freyr, the rain god, held off Ragnarok for a considerable time on his own, and the sheer power of Ragnarok shook Yggdrasil down to its very roots.
That's the world tree, which is like a literal tree that connects the whole universe.
According to Freya, the tree's very existence supports all of creation among its boughs. Every strand transcending time, transcending space. Everything comes back to the tree.
So it's kind of like Kratos lives in a really, really, really big treehouse.
In his quest to free the Norse world, Kratos reclaimed old weapons by reckoning with his past sins, even taking up the Blade of Olympus once again.
Even better, he actually got to be a decent dad. And now the boy is a man and also a bear.
Kratos made a lifetime of mistakes, but this future would be different. He'd be more than he was in the past. Not just a god of war, but a leader, a father, and a defender. A god of hope.
He's a man, not a god. Come on, comrades. He's a man, not a god.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
Yeah, no, I know.
This
Long ago, a demigod fell from the heavens, only to rise from the depths of Naraka after 12,000 years.
After 12,000 years, he's free to punch
Really?
everything dumb enough to get in his way. He was the demigod of wrath, ASURA.
Alongside 7 other demigod generals, ASURA served as defender of humanity against the impure Goma, dark spirit monsters infesting the world.
And the demigods battled the Goma by wielding a mystic energy formed from human prayer. Mantra.
By advancing technology with Mantra, the Guardian Generals became essentially hyper-powerful mystic cyborgs. They could each harness Mantra through a different emotional affinity. For August, it was greed. For Yasha, it was melancholy.
I'll give you one chance to guess what ASURA's is.
To his wrath, ASURA can take many forms for battle, like the six-armed Vajra, a state powerful enough to subdue the embodiment of the planet's will in the source of the Goma, Vlitra.
But he wasn't angry enough to put Goma Vlitra down for good. At least not yet. Of course, since he's literally powered by wrath, no enemy of ASURA's would be stupid enough to do something that would make him even more mad, right? Right?
Funny you should say that.
God damn it.
First off, Asura is not some one-dimensional anger machine. In myth, the Asuras were powerful and aggressive beings, sure, but not inherently evil, just like Asura himself. He's a warrior, but also a husband with a daughter, Mithra.
And Mithra has the unique power to supercharge Mantra energy.
Which gave Asura's prideful commander, Deus, an idea. If he could weaponize Mithra, literally wiring her up to a super weapon, the Guardian Generals could maybe finally end Goma Vlitra for good.
Well, obviously ASURA wasn't gonna go along with that. So Deus framed ASURA for killing the Emperor, murdered his wife, kidnapped Mithra, and then just straight up killed him. What a dick.
But true to his nature, Asura was literally too angry to die.
Yep.
So long as a single part of his body remains and can possess Mantra, he can climb back out of Naraka, a sort of limbo underworld between life and death. Thanks to some coaxing from a strange golden spider, he did just that, with an all-new purpose in mind.
Make the gods pay! Oh yeah, they're calling themselves gods now. Turns out they're all assholes who started sacrificing thousands of innocent people to try to power up. So Asura got really pissed off.
And through his rage, Asura's power exploded, rising enough to throw giants like ragdolls, shatter whole moons, and destroy a fellow deity, Wyzen.
Who could dwarf the planet and wreck it with just a finger. Look at this!
Asura is so powerful, his soul cannot be manipulated by the Goma or the deities. He can propel himself with Mantra to fly, harden his fists to break steel, fire explosive energy blasts.
And headbutt you so hard you wish you could die even faster. The dude literally stockpiles anger into a burst of energy that can one-shot even the toughest of foes. And when he goes unlimited mode, he can rapid-fire those super attacks without overheating.
Asura's vengeance quest wasn't all shouting and explosions, though. I mean, it was a lot of that, but he also tried to protect people from the gods, including a girl who very much reminded him of his own daughter.
Yeah, Asura's the kind of guy who wants to be a great dad, but all he knows how to do is punch anything that upsets his kid. Like that one dad that knocks out a ref at a Little League game.
And then the gods killed that girl too, along with her whole village, sparking Asura to unleash his berserker aura.
You know how the gods were sacrificing thousands of people to power up? Well, Asura got so freaking angry, he built up enough Mantra to match them, even though they've been building up energy for thousands of years. Seriously, guys, you're pissing off the guy who literally gets more powerful the angrier he gets. What did you think was gonna happen?
Yet even in berserker mode, Asura never lost total control.
Berserker Asura adds even more extra arms, and they're big and glowy now. The man can launch so much angry Mantra, he wiped out the god's whole space fleet in seconds.
Asura's anger raised to levels so high even he couldn't contain it, scorching him into his wrath form.
Even though it hurts Asura while he's in it, this form is still perfect for absolutely shit-stomping a snobby demigod's face in. It's okay though, his brother-in-law punched the edge out of him.
Yasha saw the error of the deity's senseless sacrifices and teamed up with Asura for a coup against Deus.
Awesome, they're bros again, just in time.
Sadly,
for
there
Asura
was
to
no
hit his
Deus
former boss
ex
with
machina.
so much Mantra that he burst, then dive into the planet's
Come on, you
core
gotta give it to me.
Yeah, I know, I
power
give you
equal
that
to
one, yeah.
1,000 arms. His Mantra form, finally, a power capable of killing Vlitra in a big planet-busting blast.
Deus was defeated, and Gaia was
However,
saved. Yet, Asura's wrath hadn't been quelled.
Title drop.
It turns out that spider that guided him was actually Chakra Vartan, the creator of Mantra and the entire universe.
yep. So basically, while we're waiting for this one to finish, I'm not going to edit this one out. Basically, the Golden Spider was literally pulling the strings to find a new successor. The Goma, the gods becoming corrupt, was all his planning to turn ASURA into his vessel. Right?
Yep.
And how well did that go for the spider?
Not very well.
They will explain.
Yeah.
And everyone's suffering was part of his plan to make ASURA his heir. Chakra kidnapped Mithra, because of course he did, and tested ASURA in the form of a massive golden Buddha statue. Check out the size of it. That thing can literally hold a galaxy in its palm. Naturally, ASURA and the statue threw heads.
Enter the Mantra Reactor. Capable of holding 7 trillion souls, ASURA instead used it as a vessel for a far greater power.
His own unfiltered rage. At last, ASURA could show the world his real colors.
Everyone from the humans to the 7 deities to Chakravartin saw ASURA's anger as a weapon, a sword for tyranny, when that was never who he was. His rage was really a shield to protect humanity, and most of all, his daughter.
A shield larger than a planet. Unbound by his past limits, ASURA's ultimate destructor form effortlessly punched through asteroids larger than nebulas, dodged planet-sized lasers moving 2 quadrillion times faster than light, and obliterated whole stars.
Chakravartin was, understandably, impressed, and offered ASURA a chance to take his place. ASURA smiled at the offer, and extended his arm.
Right into Chakra's face, as if he was gonna let some god trample over more worlds. Instead, he literally beat the QTEs out of God, obliterating him and his plans in a cosmic explosion.
But with Chakravartin dead, so was the concept of Mantra itself. Those who depended on it could not survive, including ASURA.
Hey, as long as Mithra was fine, it was worth it. Besides, he'll reincarnate billions of years later, still kicking ass, ready to smack a random thug, a meteor, or Ryu. Right in the balls.
It's interesting. Despite the dangers of uncontrolled anger, ASURA's wrath gave him the power to save everything. All because of just one thing.
Some bastard made his daughter cry, so they had to pay. Now that's a god I can get behind.
Yup.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Alright. It's the first death battle of 2025. It's been months since we've watched it, apparently now.
Yeah.
So, okay. What were your first official thoughts on this battle before we watched all of this?
Initially, I thought it was ASURA.
Was going to win?
I was going to win. But after hearing all of Kratos' weaponry and the fact that he literally has a sword that can absorb energy, even from gods, I'm switching to Kratos winning.
Now, the thing is, I'm the fucking opposite. I mean, as a Greek, and it was my first violent video game, God of War, Kratos is fucking phenomenal. He can kick God ass, he has godly weapons, he can defeat legends of Greek mythology and Norse mythology, and basically bed every gorgeous woman in the Greek pantheon, Aphrodite included.
Yep.
But, as much as I love Kratos, I think ASURA has way more impressive feats. I mean, he destroyed a super weapon in a galaxy.
Yeah.
Kratos, the closest Kratos has to destroying a weapon was... Actually, no. And even when he fought Baldur, he only was able to defeat him because Baldur punched the mistletoe that Atreus put in his bow. That's the only way his vulnerability got negated. Yeah. And plus, how many times did Kratos did die numerous times, but people helped him get better. Whether it was Athena, Gaia, or anyone else, ASURA did it all on his own every single time. Fair. So as much as I love Kratos and as much as I love the God of War series, I think it's ASURA win for this match.
Well, we'll see.
Man, that one sucked.
Eh.
All right, Ed. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
All right, let's do it. God, this looks perfect.
Yeah.
The hell?
No idea.
Oh, misunderstanding.
Yeah.
It's true then. The god of war is on Gaia. But not for long. You do not want this fight. You let your wrath consume you. I have been down that road before. Jordan! Very well.
Oh boy. Oh shit.
This is not my end!
Dude, you're seeing what I'm seeing?
Yep.
Oh fuck.
deserve a worthy end.
Okay, maybe I was wrong. Shit.
You are a monster no longer. I never was.
I feel like an idiot. Wow. Yep. Okay, what were the statistics of this? Shit.
Oh, well, I guess Asura's wrath really is gone. But are we sure this is how it'd go? Even though Asura can blow up stars?
ASURA had some amazing displays of apocalyptic destruction, but the full scope of their speed, experience, versatility, and power sheds a surprising light.
At first glance, speed seems like a shoo-in for Asura. Kratos is quick, but he never dodged a universe-crossing laser.
That doesn't mean he couldn't. Remember, as usual, we look at these characters at their peak, free from gameplay restrictions.
Yeah, we're looking at everything in canon, and Kratos fought and killed Helios, the sun god.
From the moment he's introduced, Helios is emphasized to be immensely powerful. Without Helios, darkness would shroud everything. His light was fast enough to illuminate the entire underworld while Kratos sailed through it, taking a few hours at most.
So, kinda hard to quantify, but that's consistent with the shockwaves the primordials caused that spawned the universe.
Arguments can be made for which is faster, the primordial shockwaves or Chakravartin's intergalactic lasers. Since it's so close, it's safest to assume their speeds are generally even.
But
Okay.
what does speed matter if you don't know how to use it? Let's cover
Experience.
Asura lived across centuries, obviously a lot longer than Kratos.
And while Kratos eventually learned to control his rage, Asura pretty much always
Had it already
that
under control.
So Asura easily takes
Okay.
experience. But when it comes to versatility,
Kratos
he
has that in
all the
spades.
weapons and abilities Kratos had.
Sure, Asura's quite skilled and a monster at martial
But-
arts, but his fighting style mostly relies on one thing.
A whole lot of punching.
Kratos'
Yup.
weapons, magic, runes, relics, and even his rage gave him far more
Options
in
to
combat,
deal with.
slowing down time, healing injuries, and most importantly, multiple weapons that could drain a variety of energies, like Mantra.
Yeah, when Asura exactly what he needed. Versatility and multiple ways to finish this.
Okay, what about power,
before
though?
Asura just comes crawling back out of the underworld.
If he could, Asura's resurrections take years or whole centuries, days at best.
But all this assumes Kratos could match Asura's crazy strength. All roads lead to power, which should go to Asura, right? Look at what he can do. If this came down to who made the bigger kaboom, he'd kick Kratos' ass in 2 seconds.
But a closer examination of their feats reveals the truth.
At his peak, Asura overpowered Chakravartin, annihilating that cosmic golden god.
By measuring the dimensions of Chakravartin's body and scaling it up to match the size of this galaxy-eclipsing statue, we can determine its volume. Add in the density of gold, for good measure assuming the form is solid throughout, and its mass far exceeds not just our galaxy, but our entire observable universe.
Destroying that big golden god would need energy on par with obliterating our universe 91,000 times.
Extremely impressive and unfathomable.
Shit.
However, the same idea applies to Ragnarok shaking the roots of Yggdrasil.
Ragnarok is obviously a bit of a different beast than Kratos, but what really matters is what Freyr did.
Right, Freyr, a god comparable to Kratos, held back Ragnarok's power for a significant time.
So Kratos should be capable of the same level of power, or even more.
Using an official map and knowing the world tree's branches encompass all of existence, we can measure its size and volume.
And we know this map is accurate because it shows these two realms conjoined, which we see in game.
Even if we assume the Tree of the Realms is only 1% solid, a significant low ball that Kratos should easily scale above, shaking such an incomprehensibly large structure would require enough force to destroy our universe's mass energy 9 million times over.
That's almost 100 times greater than Chakravartin's destruction. And this isn't some one-off outlier. I mean, a realm-shattering supergiant doesn't sound too different from the other Titans and Olympians Kratos defeated.
Fair.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's easy to think that we never see Kratos do anything that matches ASURA, but we do. Helios' speed matches Chakravartin, and Kratos outsped him. Atlas is strong enough to lift all of reality, and Kratos overpowered him. Kronos defeated the creator of the universe in a one-on-one fight, same as ASURA, and Kratos killed Kronos. Add in the clear numerical comparison of Chakravartin, Ragnarok, and Yggdrasil, and Kratos takes the edge in power.
But hey, Capcom, if you give us Asura's Wrath 2, we'll try this again.
That'd be pretty awesome.
As the sun rises, the god of wrath was Kratos.
The winner is Kratos.
Okay, I feel like an idiot.
What if?
What?
Oh, they're doing an alternate ending. Interesting.
Button mash. Oh, wow. Oh. I'm gonna cry, you bastards.
And that concludes my pitch for Asura's Wrath 2. The end. Next time on Death Battle.
Who is it?
Oh, go for Spawn.
Ooh.
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
Okay, I'll admit when I'm wrong. I bet on the wrong Greek horse.
Yeah.
But you gotta see what my thought process was before them. We didn't know how much power Kratos had because all the gods none of them have been to the scale that Asura did. But to be fair, they were just, regular
Small.
sized.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, like I said, Kratos had a bunch of weapons that could absorb energy.
And deplete it.
Yeah.
Plus, again, Ashura's only gone up against mindless monsters and
A couple of
super powered monsters.
where Kratos has gone against
Titans, mythical creatures, beings of myths with supernatural abilities.
pretty much everything that isn't a mindless monster.
Exactly.
Mind you, he has gone up against a
mindless
lot of
creatures.
but not as much as Asura has. Asura is known for fighting mindless monsters and very rarely fighting anything with actual intelligence.
That is true. And even though most of the ones that Kratos did go up against, such as the gods, they were being influenced by the negative evils of Pandora's box. They weren't mindless. It was just amplifying their evil.
Yeah.
But I gotta admit,
Plus, they didn't take into account all of the other enemies that Kratos has faced from his other games.
that is true.
Because he's fought in Thanatos, the god of death.
He's taken on the literal Sisters of Fate who can control your destiny. They went against the Three Furies. He defeated a giant prison made of the Hecatonchirus Titan.
Yeah.
He's gone up against
His own brother,
the Queen of the Underworld.
Medusa, and all of her sister and all of her Gorgons.
Fuck.
He's gone up against pretty much everything from Greek mythology.
Pretty much. Not only that, ASURA, like they said, the versatility was the big aspect of it. Because ASURA's only ever had his fists to do the talking.
But Kratos has a whole host of weapons.
Yeah.
The blades of chaos, his
the
axe,
spear,
the sword,
the blade of Olympus.
Even, again, his shield.
And again, his own fucking rage can be used.
Yeah.
So,
plus, he can also improvise.
That is true. Actually, now that I think about it. Every time ASURA defeated one of the villains, it was always with brute force.
Yeah.
Like when he destroyed Wyzen with that one punch, or when he crushed the guy in that one spaceship, the small guy.
Yeah.
Kratos had to improvise half the time while defeating the enemies by using their abilities or their weaponry or body against them.
Yeah. Plus, they also forgot to put in the fact that he had the literal weapons, the claws of Hades, that can suck out souls.
He could have literally just absorbed the mantra that was within ASURA's core and depleted him easier.
Yeah.
So there were limitless possibilities for Kratos.
Yeah, plus he also technically could have had the golden fleece that would have protected him from a bunch of stuff and reflected it back at ASURA.
And if they took the battle to the mid-air, he has the Icarus wings, even though they're not that good for combat. Good for actually,
for at least a speed boost.
For a little bit. Hermes boots, for fuck's sake.
Hermes boot, yeah, Hermes got.
He could have used the head of Helios himself to blind ASURA for a bit.
Even if he wanted to use the Gorgon's head, he could have done that too for a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Kratos had a whole host of abilities and weapons that he had access to throughout his entire lifetime.
Power-wise, again, they were even. Or was it speed?
It was speed.
Speed.
Power was actually on Kratos' side.
And experience was on ASURA's side.
On ASURA's, yeah.
But it was Kratos' speed, power
and versatility
that ended up being the Asuran for the win.
Yep.
I like my joke a lot better than they did theirs. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was our second episode of Two Idiots in a Couch. I'm not going to make this a usual thing, just like every couple months.
Yeah.
So, E, thank you for joining me for this video. I know it's a little bit late at this moment, but you did well.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the video. If you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe down below, and wonder what future death battles will happen this year. I mean, I know Ghost Rider and Spawn are going to be... Okay, put your bets right now. Who do you think is going to win?
Ghost Rider.
Yeah, Ghost Rider.
I mean, he's literally called the Spirit of Vengeance. And
wait a minute.
He's literally killed Lobo. Who is literally unkillable.
That is actually a good point. So, not Nick Cage won, right?
It doesn't matter which version of
okay.
Ghost Rider they use. It could be any version of them.
Okay, just making sure. Well, thank you for joining in, ladies and gentlemen. Like, comment, subscribe down below, and join me next week. Oh boy, I've been wanting to do this video for a long time upcoming. Join me next time, ladies and gentlemen, where I go beyond my top 13 to count down my favorite characters of an adventure that start off the golden age of pirates. This is Gamer K, logging out.